Welcome back to the AOT Chronicles, an Attack on Titan podcast. It's your boy Chazzy,
Ronny,
and we got a good one for you today.
Back at it.
We're back at it, man.
People might not know.
We're gonna keep it real, but we've had some stuff going on. We haven't recorded in 2 weeks almost?
Yeah. Now, we're so good at this podcasting thing, we've had them backlogged, so hopefully we've had a nice even stream going into the listeners' ears. And I'll even say right up front, thank you guys so much for listening. I've been checking the host site, I've been checking the view counts, the downloads, and, we're not doing anything crazy, but, we're getting a little love here and there.
Appreciative Ronny, I love it.
Yeah, we're getting, the numbers are steadily increasing, and as long as we keep growing, that's all I need.
Yeah, if we keep growing numbers-wise, we'll just keep growing in spirit and
we'll
heart
just keep
as well.
growing. Is what it sounds like you're saying.
We're gonna grow and grow a little more. But
basically, what you're trying to say is it's been a little while, so this one we might be a little rusty. We're kicking off the rust, but we're getting through it.
We're gonna get through it. All right, let's get to it. We got episode 16. What should be done night before the counteroffensive? What did you think about this one, Ronny?
I like this one. I like how, first of all, we got Erwin front and center, and we know how we feel about that. We get a lot of character stuff that I really dig, so let's just get into it.
All right. Well, first scene, we start out with a couple soldiers, just a couple randos. They're being interrogated on where they were the night that the Titan test subjects were killed. Pop quiz, do you remember the names of the Titan test subjects?
Sonny and Bean. I'm a professional.
Let's go.
Put it on the whiteboard. Yeah, these guys are getting interrogated a little bit differently than Aaron did last episode when Erwin just came up behind him and said, "Hey, what do you think's going on here?"
I love that, though. I feel like Erwin scared the shit out of Aaron, and some answers are going to come from that.
Aaron's like, "Where the fuck did you come from?"
Yeah, these guys they're getting interrogated a little different. They're basically just being asked. It's not like it's something too serious.
"Hey, did you do it?"
No.
All right. Just had to check.
All right, I guess we can call it. No one did it, guys. But, a lot of people are just wondering why they're even asking the trainees, too. They think it's kind of like a waste. They're asking, like, Armin, all the new guys. They're like, why are they even asking them?
Yeah, Armin could pull this off.
Yeah, Arlert, our boy Arlert. By the way, his last name, Arlert. Should we have a little discussion about that?
We don't have to. We've already got the entire Commander Keith debacle.
Okay, yeah, let's gloss right over that.
No, we keep it real. I'll say it real quick. As, as a first-time viewer and even first-time podcaster, when we were calling him Arlert because our favorite character, Commander Keith Sadie's, called him Arlert, I thought it was just a joke with his name being Armin Arlert. That was the joke. Turns out it's his last name, which is not... I was disappointed in my boy Keith. Not that creative.
No, I thought it was just a funny play on words. But, whose last name is Arlert? Let's go ahead and say that.
Armin Arlert? Hey, Armin's parents. Screw you.
They must have been EMTs or something. But anyways, we're going to go on ahead and we're going to talk about our boy Arlert and Connie. They're even saying whoever did this must really hate the Titans to kill the test subjects, even though that's actually going to kind of end up helping the Titans.
Right.
Which is, stupid.
But it's still the same, sort of, you hate something so much you can't think into the future. Right. You want to put them down right then and there.
Yeah, and then Connie he goes on his little rant, and he's like, I never want to see a Titan again. And he's like almost crying at this point. And I'm just thinking, okay, maybe if he's saying that, would Connie be the one to do this?
Ooh, wow.
Is he tricking our boy Arlert?
Putting on your detective hat.
Yeah.
Detective Chad.
But anyways, that little discussion's over with Connie and Armin, and we go over to Jean.
Which, let me just say, is the MVP of this episode. Jean has a great episode here. He's all for being brave and killing Titans, but he's not suicidal like that maniac Aaron. He's very level-headed, and I'm all about Jean this episode.
Or our boy Daz. Do you remember Daz?
Yeah, never bring him up again.
Okay. My bad. But anyways, Jean is at the Burning Bodies Festival is what I call it.
Burning Man?
Burning Man. He's at Burning Man.
Is this what Burning Man is? I've never been.
I always thought it was something different. I'm going to be honest. But I guess this is what it is. But he's saying that he's talking to himself and he's like, everyone here regrets being a soldier. So, he's kind of, what do you call it? Insinuating that everybody else thinks like him, which, he's probably right, but it's a little problematic if you ask me in 2020. But with pain and grief, he picks up bone fragments, and you know whose bone fragments these are, don't you?
Yes, I know whose bone fragments they are.
Nice boy Marco. Well, Jean doesn't even know if these are his bones anymore. That's how many bones and fragments are laying around, which is just so heartbreaking, because knowing that Marco is one of the best boys in the show.
Best bros.
Best bros and boy. That guy is just full of life. And he realizes, he's like, I gotta fight through this. Even though I don't want to, I'm going to, for my boy Marco. So I just love how Jean is a big of a fanboy of Marco as we are.
How could you not be?
God, I respect it so much.
That was the most pure character in the entire show, as far as I'm concerned.
But he even has flashbacks of nice guy Marco too, and the words that he spoke to him about being a leader.
Which was basically like, wow, you're such a terrible leader, but that makes you a good leader. I'll summarize that real quick.
Yeah, that's when Jean's like, all right, those words have never meant more to me than anything else.
Can't wait to tell my kids one day that, the defining point in my life was having a good friend tell me I was such a bad leader that I was a good leader.
And after remembering those words, he tells his buddies, he's like, guys, I'm joining the Survey Corps. So nice guy Marco making an impact even after death. It's beautiful.
Rip.
But anyways, we go over to Connie, Armin, and Annie having a little discussion. And Connie's like, he can't make a decision on what he should join. He's just torn between all the options. And if I'm not mistaken, Connie was definitely top 10, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he could choose military police if he wanted to.
Because I'm pretty sure basically every character we know the name of was top 10 except for Armin.
Except for Armin, yeah. And what's her face?
That's kind of how I remember it.
But she kind of let Krista get it, yeah. Those are like the only two that are relevant that aren't in the top 10. But then Annie, she pulls one of those parent questions and is like, if someone told you to die, would you do it? It's kind of like when you were in school and somebody's like, if somebody told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it?
Right.
I had a teacher ask me that when I got in trouble one time.
What'd you get in trouble for?
I threw a dodgeball at a girl on recess.
Okay.
Because someone told me to do it, and it hit her in the face, and she started crying.
Wait, were you playing dodgeball?
No. It was like, the
I feel like that's how you should lead that story.
Okay, we weren't playing dodgeball. I just hit an innocent bystander, and...
And when you got popped for it, you said, I did it because they told me to?
Yes. I was like 7, though, so it's understandable. But I started crying. But anyways. So she asked him that question and basically tells him to man up and make your own choice, which I love that. It's like, Connie, man, he's being told that by a woman.
Page turn. Yeah, he's being told that by a woman.
Page flip.
I feel like we've never talked about this before. You keep it so real, Chaz, that in the year 2020 and of the last time I checked, 938 million podcasts.
Okay.
You've got to be the top 1% that still writes his notes.
Oh, I bet you're wrong on that.
You think there's more than 1% that's doing full episode recaps?
I believe so, dude.
Well, I just want to let the people know because
Let's have a vote, dude.
I respect you for it.
Shoot us an email if you think that Ronnie's stat right there was right. If not, just tell him he's a fucking idiot. All right.
thepodcastchronicles at gmail.com.
While Armin and Annie were talking, after Annie just told that to Connie, we have Armin saying that he's joining the Survey Corps, obviously just following Aaron and Mikasa.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't be in it if it wasn't for them. But he basically tells her he's going to join it. She knows why he's joining, and she's like, wow, you may be weak as hell and a complete, just useless being, but you got guts, Armin. And that's when they really just hit it off.
I feel for Armin because I felt like he got no, acknowledgement that he basically saved everyone's ass with this plan he came up with because no one else was thinking logically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean...
Remember
right.
that episode where Armin was walking around and he just could not believe that this was the plan we were actually going with, which was, in case you don't remember, let me remind you, put a rock in a wall.
I do remember that.
No one's coming up and slapping his shoulder and saying, hey, good work, man.
Yeah, I feel like he's not even giving himself credit either. He's like completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of feel bad for him a little bit too, but I think Annie's starting to come around to him. I think she's starting to like him. And then Armin's like, wow, Annie, you actually are nice, because pretty much every scene we've gotten of Annie...
Just in time, too, right as she's getting ready to walk away.
Yeah. She, to me, is just like a stuck-up bitch, but I feel like Armin's bringing out the good side of her. But then she basically just says, yeah, I understand, whatever, but I'm just joining the military police just so I can survive. Fuck everything else. So I kind of get her point there, too. But then we move on to a couple of the Survey Corps members, some of the veterans, talking with Aaron on how they haven't found anyone using the ODM gear to kill the captured Titans. And it's still just a mystery looming around.
Right, because what they do, they gathered everyone's...
They gathered everyone's gears. Yeah, they were just, searching everyone's stuff.
So I'm assuming that they probably, after they're done with a battle or something like last episode, they all refill on gas, and it's just understood, hey, you don't use these things unless, one, we're training, or two, we're in deep shit. So it's probably pretty easy to be
yeah, I assume they just checked the fuel and the gas. But they were even talking to Aaron, and they're like, is anybody in your class actually going to join after this mess? And Aaron's like, yes. Well, actually, I don't know.
Actually, I have no clue why I say that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure at least two, if history has anything to say about it.
He's like, yeah, I know of one girl, and I'm not sure why she's joining, but it could possibly be because of me. But yeah, and then Levi arrives to alert them that they're going on patrol. So their little conversation's interrupted. They're going with the man Levi. He tells Aaron, too, he's like, listen, Aaron, I'm watching out for you, so never be more than 2 horse lengths behind me, or I'll kick your fucking face in again.
Why, does he say that?
Well, he doesn't say the F word, but he does say he'll kick his face in again.
Oh, okay.
So. Which, did he kick his face in? I don't remember that episode.
It's been a minute, but I seem to remember something about he gave him a little slap.
Okay.
I think there was some sort of slap.
Okay, anyways. So then we move on to, we go back to Jean, Sasha, Armin, and Annie. And they're all still shocked that Jean is joining the Survey Corps.
Right.
I mean, what a turnaround Jean has been in the past 5 to 8 episodes.
That's what I'm saying, man. He's the MVP. He, a few episodes ago, he was just waiting to get into the military police, and look at him now.
Yeah, he pretty much just wanted to live the normal, just routine life. But
what do you think changed his mind?
I definitely think a little bit of Aaron's speeches and Marco's death.
Okay.
I think Marco's death probably has the biggest role, but you can tell, too, when Aaron gives those speeches that it does affect Jean a little bit.
Right.
So I think it's a little bit of both.
And plus, I just think, we've talked about it again and again, some of these people haven't actually seen Titans, and once they do, I think they take the threat a little bit more serious.
Yeah, they're still shocked or whatever that he's joining. He says it's not because he's scared or that he's eager to die, wink wink Aaron, or that somebody even convinced him to. He's simply just chosen on his own. And I like him saying that too. I feel like that's pretty cool. Everything that's happened to him in the past couple days, that probably weighs really heavy. And he's like, I'm just going to make my own choices. I don't even care. So then they end up commencing to the night of the induction, okay? This is them. We go to Commander Erwin, and he's trying to persuade them to join the Survey Corps.
And what a job he does. Can't wait to get into it.
He does a phenomenal job. Our boy Erwin, I'll never slander this guy, but, he's trying to persuade him. He's like, you saw how scary they can be.
Is that what he said?
Dude, I don't know if I have good enough notes on this speech. Wait, hold on. You saw how... He's like... What does he basically say during this?
Oh, it's a terrible sales pitch.
He goes... I know he says this is one of his parts of the speech. You saw how scary that these Titans can be. You got to get out... Get over your... Wait. Dude, these are bad notes. What? He said, you saw how scary these can be. Just, you got to get over yourself. You got to go out there. This battle brought humanity closer to victory than ever before. And that's through Aaron Yeager. Right?
Yeah. So is that all you have on the speech?
And then he goes, then he praises Aaron for his resilience and faithfulness to humanity. He's a true leader. Gives wonderful... What the fuck?
You want me to try and take the reins here a second?
Yeah, you might need to. Just for this part.
I'm going to leave so much of this in. We're just working through it. Basically, first I want to say, his entire time during this speech, his eyebrows are more powerful than ever. It's something about the source, or like the fire being the only source of light. They're just hitting them the right way, and they're looking intense. But no, basically, I mean, everyone knows this speech. The highlights were he told them, we need all the warm bodies we can get.
This is sexual.
Whoa. And at one point, he brings out a tablecloth to show what his plan is as far as this next mission that they're going on. He wasted an entire tablecloth just illustrating this plan, which is literally just an arrow that curves a little bit and then a red X. He could have very easily just explained it.
Yeah.
But he was like, wow, someone grabbed that tablecloth and then just wrote an arrow with a little bit of curve.
Yeah.
And then just an X. And he's like, all right, now people will get it.
Well, I think the curve was kind of throwing people off. He had to really draw that out.
They were like, all right, so basically, here's the wall. We're going to go outside this wall and go to this part of this wall, and then we will have reached our destination.
I love it.
I mean, yeah, there was, if you had the entire speech, at one point in my notes, I wrote and asked you, at what point did you begin to question whether or not this was a good sales pitch by Erwin? There are many jumping off points, I felt like, but in the end, I mean, I guess I'm wrong because he gets a pretty nice little turnout here.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess.
Where do your notes pick back up?
Basically, he was so blunt that, what would you say, close to like 85% left?
Right.
About 15% stayed?
Once again, it's funny how this works in this show. If you don't know their names, they're so gone.
Oh, yeah.
And if you know their names, they likely stayed unless they were Annie.
Annie, and that's pretty much it, right?
Was there any other one that you know the name of?
Marlowe? Yeah. We don't even know Marlowe, do we?
Marlowe? No, I don't even think that's a real person. I think you just made that person up.
I think he's a future character.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. Boy Marlowe. But, yeah, I mean, this is what I took away from the speech. Shinzo Sasageo!
Wow, that was really good.
That's pretty much all I got from that speech.
Check the subtitles on that one.
I do like how he says after the 15% stay, which is, should we even say all their names or does it even matter that much? We know who's staying.
Yeah, we know who stays. We're going to see him plenty of times in the other episodes.
And I love how he just says, I welcome you few to die if ordered to.
Oh.
So what a great welcome.
Oh my, I love that stuff. I talked about this a few episodes ago. There's nothing that gets me going more than when someone tells me, let's go die together, die here, stand your ground.
Shinzo Sasageo.
Oh.
You got to give your heart for
also,
humanity.
Name something that would make you feel better than receiving a, I quote, genuine salute from Commander Erwin.
Oh, dude, that just beautiful, just right over.
He posed up, it was tight. He told him it was a genuine salute. I mean, what an honor.
Yeah, this is a beautiful moment with our favorite, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, Chaz's favorite character in the show right now.
Wow. You heard that here first. Well, actually, you kind of said it before, but you heard it here again. Chad's favorite character, Erwin. I think I'm going to have to tag right along with you at this point. Although, Jean, I love Jean this episode, dude.
He is up there.
And I will have to say, I'm not ranking him in a list of any kind, but I felt like it's always my duty every few episodes to say how ridiculous Armin's hair looked in some of these scenes.
I think he has beautiful blonde hair. He doesn't look like a woman at all, okay? If that's what you're implying.
Well, don't let me knock this train off the tracks. Let's just keep on going.
All right.
Oh, I do. We haven't really gotten to this point yet, but I love to make fun of Bert, our guy Bert. I felt like tonight he had one of his very best, or one of his very first moments where I really liked laughing at him. So everyone's welcome to the Scouts, and they show people 2 at a time. Like they show, Armin and Mikasa, and then or someone else, Connie, and you get the point. And Sasha. At one point they show, and no one says anything. They're all just standing there. Except for when they showed Reiner and Bert, because Bert just, he's standing there grimacing because he can't believe he stayed, and he just lets out like a... he just squeaks like a mouse. Squeak. It's hilarious.
And the look he gives, because all of them know, I guess they're all pretty much in the top 10 that we see, but the look he gives Annie when she walks away too.
Yeah. I mean, none of them want to do this, but, there's just something overpowering them where they're like, no, this is the right thing to do.
Except for our boy Aaron. He's not there, but he definitely wants to do this.
Aaron wants to do this. And Mikasa wants to do it because...
She wants to do it.
I shouldn't say everyone.
Ness. So, we of course go over to Armin and Mikasa. They meet up with our boy Aaron, right? Or am I completely wrong here?
I think you might be jumping the gun a little bit because at some point we meet Commander Ness. And let me just tell you, I got a bone to pick with this guy.
Okay, let me hear it.
I don't like this guy.
Okay, why? Let me hear it.
I mean, first he's showing off his fucking horse like anyone gives a shit. Like, hey buddy, we've all got one. And then, can someone tell him he's a member of the Scout Regiment and not a pirate?
Why do you say that?
What is this bandana business he's got on? He's the only person in the world that found a bandana and rocks it.
You don't respect that?
No. You look clean cut. Like, look at who's in charge around this place. You got Erwin. You got Levi. Yeah. I would describe them as a couple of clean cut motherfuckers.
You would describe Levi clean cut?
His appearance?
Yeah, he's definitely clean cut.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we know he's a clean freak. He's not messing around with personal hygiene or anything like that.
Erwin could use a little eyebrow trimming, but I kind of get what you're saying.
I mean, he's got them on fleek. I think those are thick, luscious eyebrows. I think you just got a couple scraggly little eyebrows yourself there, so you're jealous.
Whatever, Ronny.
But this guy Ness is sleeping in the stables with his horse that's so great.
And what's this horse's name?
Well, I don't even know because I don't care.
Shallot. Okay.
Yeah.
You should know that.
Shallot or shallot?
No, shallot.
Like the onion?
Yes.
This Ness probably smells like onions because he's sleeping in this stupid stable.
By the way, don't cancel me if it's not shallot because I think it's shallot, but I also could be very wrong.
Well,
anyways.
All I'm saying is Gordon Ramsay would 100% say shallot. All I'm saying, this guy thinks he's on the Black Pearl. He's not. Lose the bandana, asshole.
Wow, okay. Hot take, but whatever suits you, man. I kind of like bandanas. I think it looks fresh if you can pull it off. This guy, he's,
I don't have a problem with bandanas. I have a problem with bandanas when you're a member of the Scout Regiment and you're wearing a bandana. Also, before you get to everyone meeting up with Aaron, there was a quick scene where a guy who looks like Levi is letting a horse lick his hand.
Okay.
I can't confirm that it was Levi, but that does not seem like something he would be about.
No, that's probably a lookalike or somebody that thinks Levi's cool and just wants to look like him. I don't know.
Yeah, he just doesn't strike me as the guy who's, running up to dogs and letting them kiss their face. He didn't seem like he's about that life.
No, he does not. So, wow.
Are your notes just done? Is that what's going on here? At this point, did you fall asleep?
You said something about before. So they meet up now, right?
So you're going to that part?
Is that the part that's next?
I think so. I think we just had yeah.
All right, so then we got Aaron and everybody meeting back up. Mikasa and Armin obviously tell him that they're joining. So Aaron doesn't really know who's joining yet. He's kind of just hearing. Oh, yeah, then Mikasa, that's when she gets a little creepy. And she's like, did they inspect every part of your body?
Oh, my God.
Every inch of your body, which was weird. I don't know why, man. I just thought that was the weirdest first thing to ask somebody when you see
you don't know why? You should get worded it a little differently.
I guess she wanted to inspect his body first.
She was just so
I don't know. And she's like, the short guy took it way too far.
God, will people quit calling Levi short? He's so much more than that.
And then she talks about how he's got something coming his way next time she sees him. I just love it. I love it. Mikasa's awesome.
And Aaron is just so thrilled that she's here.
Oh, yeah. Aaron loves Mikasa, dude. He would do anything for her. But Aaron then sees the rest of this crew, and he's like, is Jean? Is he still in it? And then that's when Jean comes out of nowhere and is like, what does he say?
Believe it or not, I don't have the exact line of dialogue. But he basically says, yo, bitch.
Yeah, he basically says, yo, bitch, I'm right here. By the way, Marco died. And then that's when Aaron's like, oh, shit. And he goes into his little trance when he sees it like he did with Thomas when he died.
Right.
And you can tell he just wants revenge, even though Jean mentions that no one knows how Marco died and no one saw it.
Well, yeah.
So
still so weird.
Big mystery behind that. But then they're interrupted by a soldier who is giving them their Wings of Freedom uniforms. And those things are spicy.
So you like the Wings of Freedom logo?
I love it. I won't lie.
Really?
I think it's very spicy. I think the little capes are awesome. I think the brown jackets are awesome.
Yeah, I mean their uniforms themselves I dig. And I don't not like the Wings of Freedom. It's just pretty busy for me.
I guess it is a little busy, but I'm all about being busy, man.
All right.
But then, yeah, they get the jackets, and they just look fire. And everyone's so hyped.
Yeah, you did mention it, but John even goes harder in on Aaron, right? And he's just like, listen, we're all here because of you.
Yeah.
So don't, fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up. It's kind of like he went hard on him, but in a good way.
Right.
Like a way that's like, oh, Jean's about this.
It was just like, in a way, it showed respect, but at the same time, he's just like, you know me, this was not my plan to begin with. I'm here because I believe in what you stand for, but at the same time, don't be so damn suicidal. Be smart about this whole thing, and let's get it done together.
He's really coming around. He is starting to become one of my favorite characters. I'll probably put him at number 2 right now. At this point of the show. Commander Erwin, he might always be my number 1. Who knows? John right behind him. What about you, Ron?
Yeah, John really stole the show tonight. Everything he was saying I thought was spot on. Loved the Erwin stuff. And Levi's always right there, too. He's just a little bit more quiet than everyone else.
Yeah.
When he speaks...
It's powerful.
Yeah. But another episode down. I'm going to have to edit so much of this one. So look for it. Well, you can look for it right as you're listening to it because you're already listening to it. Anyway, send feedback to thepodcastchronicles@gmail.com. Oh my God, I'm getting ready to just end the episode.
Wow. Without mentioning our boy.
What news? Oh my God, I cannot believe I just did that. Anyway, send feedback to thepodcastchronicles@gmail.com, just like our new friend Raphael did.
Raphael or Raphael? I'll say Raphael, you say Raphael, so we won't be wrong.
He can correct us later on. Make sure. I love that name. First he just hit us up, sent a very nice message, but then he brought up a great point that I've kept meaning to mention, but it keeps slipping my mind. But this is why you send feedback to us. You get us to say things on the podcast. He brought up the OVAs, which is like, I think, original video animations, something like that happen like in between the seasons or were put out. I don't really know exactly how they were put out, but just bonus stories that aren't part of the main. Anyone who's listening to this podcast, I'm sure, knows about them. We would love to cover those. The matter of the fact is, right now, we still don't have a time when this show is going to release. So correct me if I'm wrong, Chadley, but I think we're kind of the mindset as of right now to just get through the main show.
Correct. We might possibly, the only one we might do is No Regrets Part 1 and 2. If we feel like we have time, we might squeeze that one in before the end. But
I mean, it's also the kind of thing where if the show gets pushed out a little bit, we have some extra time and we cover those things. Because like Raphael says, there's some good information in there, and I think we could definitely benefit from covering some of those. Just even if we don't have to do them the whole summary style like we got going on now, but maybe group them together a little bit. But even if we don't before the next season, I think it's we think perhaps this last season they're going to split in two, right?
Yeah.
So it might be something that we cover in between the split.
There's nothing definitive on any of this, but it's
kind of the
it's
thought.
Implied that
if they're anything like American TV shows, they love stretching things out, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. But once again, Raphael, thanks for sending that feedback. Appreciate you listening. Send more if something comes to mind, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right, peace. Are we capturing?
We capturing?
I mean, recording.
We capture.
I'm thinking.
I'm doing
I'm thinking of capture cards, bro.
I'm doing a sound test. Yeah.
Cool.
Are you reading over your notes, or are you just ready to roll?
I'm reading over them, dude. Making sure everything's tip top.
I had to remember which episode this was.
No, this is gonna be a little tough. No lie.
Why do you think it's gonna be tough?
It's just, I feel like it's been a while for me since this episode.